Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, thanks for checking me out. So y'all, I truly outdid myself with this one. I made stuffed chicken breast. It's served over a bed of mashed potatoes, and I got a little corn on the cob going on over on the side. But be sure to stay tuned for the recipe because I'm going to share with you my secret for tender, juicy chicken breast. So if you want to see how to get this meal served on your table, stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna kick this recipe off by making the stuffing for our chicken breast. It's gonna consist of cream cheese, spinach, a little cheese blend, shredded cheese blend, a little bit of seasoning. So what you want to do is start with softened cream cheese. Mine could have got a little softer, but we're gonna work with it. It's okay. But I did take the liberty of Googling it for y'all. You don't want to let the cream cheese sit out for more than 2 hours because then it starts to get all kind of bacteria and stuff. I let mine sit for probably 45 minutes to an hour, so I could have went a little bit longer and it would have been a little more softened. But no worries. We're going to go ahead and start with seasoning it. I'm putting in a little bit of, what do you call it? Montreal steak seasoning. Y'all know that's my favorite. So I'm going to add that in there. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, minced garlic, and what else? Okay, then we're going in with our shredded cheese, and then we're going to add our chopped spinach. Now, this was frozen spinach that I just let thaw out. I made sure to drain it really well, and then we're going to go ahead and add it to the mix. So I do have to admit that cooking a meal like this can be kind of intimidating, especially when you see the finished product up front. But trust me, as long as you follow the recipe step by step, you'll be fine. I know I learned a lot from cooking just by watching videos or TV shows or, something like that. And what I would do is I would just follow along as they were making it, and I would pause it and then, do whatever they were doing. And then, okay, once I got that, then I would pause it again and then do what they were doing. So just use this video as a guide to make it, and you'll be fine. And you will be so proud of yourself with the finished product. If you are enjoying this video so far, I would love to have you as one of my subscribers. Hit the like button if you like the recipe or like what I'm doing, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you made it and let me know how it turned out. So I'm just adding a little more cheese, a little more spinach. I will leave the exact measurements in the description box. I find it easier to keep adding to rather than to take away, because once you got too much, you got too much. There's nothing you could do about it, really. All right, so let's get into this chicken. So we have our chicken breast. We are going to take a sharp knife and make a slit down the middle through the thick side of the chicken, and we're making a pocket for our stuffing to go into. So you want to make sure not to cut it all the way through so it doesn't come out the other end, but you want to make it deep enough so you can get the filling in there. All right, so we got our chicken breast ready to go, and before we start to stuff it, I forgot that I needed to add a couple more things to my filling. I need to add a little bit of paprika for color, and what else am I gonna add? Paprika, Parmesan cheese maybe? Yep, Parmesan cheese. That'll give us just a little bit more cheesiness, a little cheese pull. Parmesan cheese melts very nicely. So I decided to go ahead and add that in. You can add whatever cheese you like, whatever you got in your fridge, or whatever is available at the store for you. All right, so now it's time to stuff our chicken breast. That's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to take some of the stuffing and put it into the pocket that you made. You want to kind of tightly pack it in there, but not like overfill it because it's just going to like run out and be a big mess. So you want to get as much as you can in there without like overdoing it. And then we are going to you can use like toothpicks because you want to kind of close it together at two ends so it doesn't completely just spill out. And you're going to see that in a second. And I actually did not have any toothpicks, but I did have skewers. So I just cut them like a little bit more than in half and use that. Cooking is all about using what you got because you don't always have everything, but you can make do with what you have. So once you have your filling in and you have it closed up on two sides, then we're just going to go ahead and season the chicken breast. You can season it, of course, like I say, with whatever you like. I always use some kind of combination of like salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. I like to use MSG. I like to use my Montreal steak seasoning. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for that day. And it depends on what you're in the mood for also. But one must-have seasoning for this is paprika. You have to put paprika on both sides. And that is because we are completely making this in the oven. I know some people like saute theirs first and then put it in the oven, but we are doing this completely in the oven. Can you believe it? Yes. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we're going to go ahead and bake our chicken. Here we go. This is the secret to tender, juicy chicken breast in the oven. You have to bake it in chicken broth. That's it. That's the secret. So after I made mine, I was getting ready to do this video. I said, let me see how other YouTubers say they get tender, juicy chicken. And they put a little bit of oil on the chicken. They put it in the oven all dry. If you put it in dry, it's going to be dry. So they do have a little bit of juice in the pan once the chicken is done cooking, but if the juice is sitting in the pan after you're done cooking it and you didn't add anything to it, then that means the juice came from the inside and is now on the outside and the inside is dry. So that's why I cook mine in broth. It will absorb the broth as it's cooking and you will get tender and juicy chicken. So I cooked my chicken on 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. And that's okay because I had the chicken broth in there. So it is absorbing the entire time that it's cooking. And I do put foil over the top to keep that inside. And then look, there we go. This is our finished product. It's all cheesy and stuffy and tender and juicy. And it's just perfect. So we're going to go ahead and remove those skewers now that we have our stuffing set. And let's go ahead and get this plated up. So as I stated in the beginning, I did make some delicious corn on the cob, and I have some smashed Yukon Gold potatoes that I boiled and put sour cream, a little bit of milk in it, seasoned it, put a little parsley in it, and it is good to go. And of course, butter. And so now we're just going to go ahead and put our chicken on top. So this was actually my first plating. The second plating, what I did was after I put the mashed potatoes on, I took some of that juice from where the chicken cooked in the casserole dish and I poured that over the mashed potatoes, and then I poured that over the chicken too. So that's how you get that. So cooking is all about putting the steps together. You can do it. You can make this just as delicious as this looks. And oh my God, y'all, this was like one of the best things I ever cooked, one of the best things I ever ate. So you too can get restaurant quality meals at home. So just be sure to follow my channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Let's go eat.